Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a basic tutorial guide on a startup for this aircraft, the 737-900, a Boeing by PMGD, the developers. Beautiful aircraft, and we're going to jump inside the flight deck here and go ahead and get this plane started up and running. So first things first, we can put Control 6, which gives you the overhead panel here, and of course we're going to go ahead and arm the battery, turn on the emergency lights, close that out, and close that, and then we will have to start up the APU. So in order to start up the APU, so we're not running the plane into the ground right here, you can press Control 2, and for now we can go to Flight Actions, Ground Services, and request power from the outside source. That way we do not have any issues with that. Now if you come up, it should say ground power available, so we click that on to get some air flowing throughout the plane. And now what we want to do is start up the APU. So you can put the left fuel pump on and APU air bleed on, and then we can go ahead and fire up the APU, and now you will see the APU starting to come up. Sorry about the radio. I'm not sure why that thing is talking so much. Alright, so after the APU is up, you'll see low pressure. Then it's going to climb all the way up and back down. Still not understanding why this ATC is continuing to annoy us, but anyway. Alright, I guess that's just something we'll deal with. In the meantime, we can go ahead and turn on the navigational light, and this is already preset to let people know. Well, that's the logo light, sorry. We're gonna just put on to anti-collision to let people know we're gonna start up the engines shortly here. And now that we have the APU getting ready to fire up, we'll climb up to the top panel here and put on the navigational system, get that in line, because we're gonna need that in a minute here. And then we'll just click this over to, there you go.
Hold position Bahamas 281.
Alright, Bahama 281, please stop interrupting our video. Anyway, so next thing we do, now that we got that, is getting in line for the aircraft to have some functionality. We'll go ahead and turn the fasten seatbelt signs on so we don't forget. We'll turn on the heat shields for the windshield and the ice. Turn on the yaw damper, and then we'll jump down to the FMC, and we'll go to Flight Actions. We'll do the position as it's requesting here. So we'll go Menu, FMC, Position, and then we'll go Next, and we'll copy that position, the left, back one, put that in, route, and that puts our guide up. So all this is in functionality now. Alright, so the next thing you would do is plan wherever flight you want to do. We're going to skip that because this is just to start up the aircraft. Alright, now that we did all the stuff, we'll just pretend like we're moving on here. So we want to come up here and put the flight directors on, the arm, the auto throttle to arm, and the other flight director to arm. And then we'll jump back up to Control 6. And now that all of that is done, we are pretend like we just got everything in the flight and the FMC, everything's good to go. We're going to switch off the ground power, keep the APU power on. So APU power should be on, up and running here. So let me just make sure that we have that correct, right? I don't want to lose ground power. Alright, so the APU should be up and running, and we'll disconnect the ground power. We'll come down to the flight management system, press action, service once again, and we'll release. And then what we'll do is release the chuck. So if you come out here, they're going to close the door, release the chucks, and bring back the flight stairs here. And then we should be ready for our next procedure, which is engine startup. Put the beacon on, let people know we're about to start up the aircraft. Navigational lights are on, beacon light is on. That is another signal that we are going to start up the engines. So let's just, we're going to click these on. You can ignore this procedure. That's just because my personal flight, I have the Bravo throttle quadrant, and it doesn't allow the functionality of the aircraft to work in sync with this. It will automatically turn on the lights with the switches I have here. So I just put them down in the on position, so that way when I turn the switches, it will automatically light up. So, alright, we come back up for engine startup now. So what we want to do is turn on all fuel pumps to on. Okay, and now we are going to start up the first engine, so we'll just give that one click, and we'll come down here to watch the fuel pressure come up. Did I do that right? Oh, I'm sorry. We got to click it over to GRD, and now you'll see this number rising up. When it gets about 20 or 25, you can go ahead and add fuel, and that will kick the engine over here. So in order to add fuel, there's this little lever down here. You just click it up once, and now the fuel's igniting the engine, as you can see here, and also here. Alright, we'll let the engine stabilize. Once it stabilizes, we'll go ahead and start the next engine up. But overall, it's pretty good and pretty simple procedure with these aircrafts to start up the engines. And there's just one final step after you get them on, which I will show you shortly. Alright, this looks like it's coming back down and stabilizing. Once that's stabilized, we can come up to the overhead. Click that to the left once again and repeat the procedure. You'll wait for this number to climb up to 20 to 25%. Once that hits that, you'll introduce fuel, and that will kick your engine over. You come out here, this is the engine starting to spin up. Now it's about 21%. We'll kick it over, and you'll see it start to fire up. Alright, that looks like two good lights. We'll let that stabilize now. And that valve should come off. There it goes. Okay. Alright, so we got two good engine starts. Now what we'll do is go back to the overhead panel, and we'll switch over to our power from the engines now. So we'll get off of the APU power by switching over here. Now we should be running off the engines. Alright, so now that we are running off the engines, we can go ahead and put the electrical systems on, hydraulics, and we can put the pack air to on. We can turn the APU bleed to off, and we can actually shut off the APU. And that is pretty much how you start up the Boeing 737, 600, 700, 800, 900 for the most part. That's pretty much it. Everything should be set. Now this is not a professional way. The next thing you would probably want to do is put in your flap setting. All your information in your flight plan should have already been done. And then you'll basically just taxi out. You can put in your auto or your why am I blanking? I'm sorry. Altitude. But there you go. That's how you start up the Boeing 737 900, as well as most other configurations of this aircraft. I don't know if any of them vary besides that, but that's pretty much it. You got your pack air on, your electrical systems are on, you can put your ice on if needed, and you're ready for departure. So if you go ahead and take off your brakes and put your throttle up here, you'll be ready to roll, as you can see. Ready for taxi. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you start up a Boeing. Beautiful aircraft. I love this plane. Super fun. We'll probably do a flight with it again on the stream shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this and it was helpful to you, please let me know in the comments. Smash the thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye now.